Bender drank a can of expired beer and felt a sharp pain in his abdomen at once. He badly needed to use the toilet but was afraid of missing Fry, who was about to arrive. So Bender traveled back in time by 19 seconds. He told his past self to wait for Fry and rushed to the toilet himself. Suddenly there was a flash of green light, and another Bender in uniform also traveled through time, claiming to be Bender from the future who needed to put a coat on Fry's butt. 2 minutes later, Fry arrived. At this point, since Bender was no longer his original self, it triggered the paradox cleanup mode of the code, and the self-destruct program activated immediately. Before the explosion countdown ended, Fry thought quickly and pushed Bender into the cryogenic pod, narrowly escaping disaster. Just then, Bender finished using the toilet and saw Fry leaving in the elevator. By the time he chased downstairs, Fry was gone. To find Fry, Bender began searching door to door.
Let me see your ass, Constantine. Ooh, nice. Now I see why she left Fry.
The search lasted a full 12 years. One day, at the dock, Bender saw Fry with a long beard. He followed him to his apartment and then shot and blew up the building. After killing Fry, Bender was no longer useful, so the aliens lifted their control over him and erased his recent memories. When he learned the truth, Bender was filled with guilt and held a funeral for Fry. Just as everyone was grieving, Fry suddenly appeared. It turned out that the Bender had not killed the real Fry. Before Bender arrived, the real Fry had already gone downstairs. Later, Bender left, and Fry wanted a hot pizza, so he traveled back in time by 1 hour and witnessed himself pushing Bender into the cryogenic pod. Then he was accidentally frozen again. 1,000 years later, the cryogenic pod opened, and the duplicate arrived in the future, while the original Fry never left and remained frozen. It was not until the duplicate traveled back 1,000 years using the code that the Fry killed by Bender was only the duplicate. The real Fry had been inside the cryogenic pod the whole time, perfectly avoiding all danger.